Good afternoon, everybody. I think I'm very happy to see you all doing fine and safe, especially in a very difficult time. And this was an opportunity to meet you all, at least by virtual, I think. And last year we had a sort of a session, afternoon half-day session, and that also we enjoyed. So this was just, I was talking to Mary and Alex and even Ekta. So why not to have something? Because almost for last 2 months we have not met, and I'm not sure whether you people take up this COVID protocols or not, but sooner or later you are going to have it. So especially in context to the current scenario, I think let us have that. What should be the role of an ethics committee, and what is the current impact on clinical research with respect to this infectious outbreak?
I think the ethics committee and we all, our primary duty is to protect the subject. We all agree. In situation like this, it becomes a paramount responsibility to protect your own colleagues, your own healthcare workers, your own site care workers, your paramedics, your nurses, your laboratory workers. Our lab also has got a set of infected people. You won't believe it. Various labs in India, but the moment they opened up the private labs to do it, we've had cases because the person with protective equipment, people initially insisted on in the clinical front. But what happened was, in the lab, the samples came, many people must have got exposed because the SOPs, implementation, audit in such situations is impossible. You know, you don't have the manpower, everybody's so busy. You're inundated with samples and patients. So you really can't be doing audits. It has to be all self-audits, you know. Your internal quality control is so important here.
Hello everybody. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Chetna Desai, Professor and Head, Department of Pharmacology, BJ Medical College, Ahmedabad. I am the Chairperson of Biomedical Research Committee at Apollo Hospitals and have been associated with the Institutional Ethics Committee of the hospital earlier. I'm also the member coordinator of the Institutional Ethics Committee, BJ Medical College and Civil Hospital Ahmedabad, and have a research and GCP experience for more than 25 years. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Pooja Pushkarna. I'm working in the capacity of a member secretary for the Institutional Ethics Committee at Apollo Hospital International Limited, Ahmedabad. I wish each and everyone a very happy clinical trial day. Today I wish to share with you an experience which is very close to my heart. In the year 2005, I was invited to be a member of the ethics committee, and I was informed that I would be a social scientist. I had no idea as to what was this committee about and what my role was about. I was informed that I had to look into the well-being of the participants, and I was introduced that there are going to be lawyers, there is going to be a layperson, there is going to be a medical representative, that this is how the trial takes place. During that time, one of my friend's father was diagnosed with cancer and she was in the US. She informed me that the cancer that he has, there is no treatment available for it. The doctors have tried everything that is possible. I then suggested to her that I am presently a member of the ethics committee and it is going to deal with certain trials that are taking place. After a few days, she called me back and said that she had a discussion with her brother regarding this, and they found out that trials are even going on in the US, and they have enrolled their father in one of these trials, and her father had after a few months recovered from the disease, and he lived for 10 more years after that. I just thought to share this beautiful experience with all of you. Thank you.
Happy Clinical Trials Day. To say something about clinical trial during corona pandemic has a special meaning. While the scientific community is busy redefining the scope of clinical trial during pandemics, the layman is equally concerned about the drug development and vaccines for this COVID-19. For him, The clinical trial simply means testing of drugs in the human beings. This pandemic has given a lot of significance and information about observational studies, compassionate use, experimental studies, besides randomized controlled clinical trial. There are several drugs and vaccines which are under development for COVID-19. We hope that we can optimize our clinical trial plan, taking the leaf from this pandemic for the future development. Thank you.
Good afternoon, dear friends. I'm Dr. J.D. Patel. Today is a day of clinical trial day. I must congratulate the whole team, who is not only the member of the team of the Apollo Hospital Ahmedabad research team and all ethics committee member. Dear friends, today is a time of COVID-19. This is a time society expects us to perform best of the best, and they expect very small amount of a research which can give the safety and which is called as vaccine for COVID. And this is a proper day where, the research work is highlighted to the greatest of great amount. Dear friends, today is a celebration of clinical research trial days, and this is a day I cannot forget Dr. Mary, Alex, Bhumika, Krupa, Ashwini, Ekta, Chirag, Ambika and Mohini, the backbone of the research team of Ahmedabad Apollo. I can hardly forget Dr. Meena Madam, Dr. Chetna, my colleagues at ISI, and how can I forget the most hardworking secretary, Dr. Pooja. Dear friends, today we are fortunate to have Abhijat, Dr. Abhijat, who is a cardiovascular surgeon at the same time with huge amount of managerial skills and a good friend of mine for last 30 years. Thank you very much, dear friends. As you are aware that the health industry of tomorrow is not only required, it will require 7-star properties, most competent doctors, the latest machines, the technologists. But dear friends, tomorrow's hospital will also require a huge amount of research work, publications, IPRs, patents and everything like that, because that only would attract the patient to come to our hospital to get treatments. And that is the most important point where we at Apollo can really create a wonderful research wing which is running very, very smoothly. Today is an opportunity for me to talk to Dr. Abhijat. Dear Dr. Abhijat, I would like to propose you a small model which might be a novel and innovative model for marketing research at our own hospital. I would propose you that why not we should have a kiosk right in front of our OPD, which can be designated that it is a scientific research information system where one of our counselor and research associate can sit and counsel the patients for all new research projects, the products, the offers which a science can make them for getting them treated. I can also propose you that why not we can have a regular weekly research awareness to the relatives of the patients, what in other way is called footsteps in the hospital. Why not we can create posters, banners, soft leaflets, the softboard where we can project our research work. In today's era, because of these websites, why not we do research engine optimization and improve our recruitment of the patient? Because in today's research work, most important thing is difficult in getting the recruitment of the patient, retaining them for the research project. I can also request you for using the mobile power, the social media, which can also bring a lot of patients to our research project. And we are the huge gross group of Apollo Hospital, which is spread all across. And why not you take this opportunity to really create a kiosk which would include all the projects which are going on in all other Apollos, pan-India and internationally, for which we can really contribute a lot of patients. I would also propose you that why not, we start training our medical officers right in their infancy about orientation of research. And this would bring a new era in the research work of Apollo Ahmedabad. Dear friends, let us pray to Almighty God that He should keep us safe. He should give us the brain and intelligence to help people for better life and good life May God bless us. Thank you very much. God bless.
Hi everyone, I am Dr. Sanjay Saxena, working as Senior Consultant Hematologist and Lab Director in the Department of Lab Medicines for all these long years at Apollo Hospitals, Ahmedabad. On this International Clinical Trials Day, I wish to extend my sincere and warm greetings and congratulations to each one of us and the entire AHERF staff who work tirelessly and bring out the best in all of us. Now, as far as my experience is concerned with these different trials that I have been a part of and a part of this important committee, I would only like to comment that I am really privileged and honored to be a part of this great committee, which has been constituted by great and esteemed colleagues of mine, chaired by one of the most competent chairperson, backed up by our great AHERF team, who coordinates the entire meeting so efficiently. Each and every single member actively participate and they put forward their own valuable suggestions coming out from their wealth of experience in their respective field of specialization. These thoughts are being then later on converted into very healthy and clear discussions, which takes these clinical trials to a different level. The clarity of thoughts, the competency of each and every single member, the ethics, the protocols, the guidelines that we all follow, and above all, taking care of the safety of all the research subjects, they form some of the most important highlights and pillar of this ethics committee. And I'm really honored and privileged to be a part of this very important ethics committee for so long. Then these discussions help in doing the best, suggesting some of the important things to the various clinical forums, and then they are taken care of. And then a lot of work goes into it, leads to the completion of most of the clinical trials. And then when these clinical trials are successfully completed, they help in enhancing, giving the best of the quality treatment and healthcare to all of our patients. And hence, again, I have no hesitation in accepting that being a part of this such an important ethics committee for all these long years, I have definitely added a lot of knowledge to my wealth of clinical experience. And I absolutely feel honored and privileged to be a part of this ethics committee. I have thoroughly enjoyed each and every single moments of such active and healthy discussions, which have taken the clinical trials to a much greater level. So I would also like to thank my chairperson and all my esteemed colleagues and the entire AHERF staff who work with complete dedication, and they help us to reach and to help all of us to bring this clinical trial a success and to take this clinical trials to such a higher level. So I really thank each one of us, each one of the member of this committee. Finally, again, I would like to extend my warm greetings to each one of us, to each one of the committee and each one of the AHERF staff on this International Clinical Trials Day. Thank you very much. Keep going and keep moving. Thanks.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Kirti Naha, working as a clinician in the Institutional Ethics Committee of Apollo Hospital, Ahmedabad since 2015. Congratulations to the ARI team on this virtual celebration of International Clinical Trial Day. We as Ethics Committee have the key responsibility to oversee the rights, safety and well-being of clinical trial participants during and post-trials, as well as the ethical conduct of clinical trials in Apollo hospitals. I as clinician review the scientific aspect of the proposed clinical trials before it gets started in our hospital. I inspect the ongoing trials and serious adverse events in our hospital. We as an ethics committee always encourage the clinical research conduct. It would be a good experience for me if I get a chance to be the principal investigator of a trial in my own field, that is obs and gynae. And I have the great experience working with all the committee members here under the guidance of our chairperson, Dr. Meera Desai. Once again, I wish you all a very happy clinical trial day. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are meeting through video conferencing, and today we are going to celebrate the Institutional Ethics Committee for Biomedical Registration. We have been involved in the committee. I particularly, Brijesh Trivedi, advocate, as the legal member. We are working very efficiently at Apollo under the chairmanship of Dr. Meera Desai, a very well-versed and very learned doctor. It has been a great experience for me personally. I have been knowing all these things since I was a kid and interested in some medicines, that there are some tests being carried on animals, but later on all these things have changed for the better. Now these committees are formulated, rules are there, and we are doing it to the best of our abilities to see to it that all these rules are followed strictly. Thank you.
Good morning. Happy Clinical Trials Day. I am Deena Panikar, layperson, a participants representative, Ethics Committee, Apollo Hospital, Gandhinagar. I review the proposal ICD along with its translations, evaluate benefits and risks from a participant perspective. I have been part of this committee since 2016, and it has been a privilege to work with Chairperson Dr. Meera Desai, Member Secretary Dr. Pooja Pushkarna, and other members. I thank Mr. Alex Peter and Ampika for making it a smooth sail for a layperson like me. Thank you.
Namaste and congratulations everyone on the International Clinical Trials Day. I am Pooja Lakhani, Member Secretary for Biomedical and Health Research Committee at Apollo Hospitals, Navi Mumbai, and I work here as a clinical dietitian for Critical Care and Organ Transplant Unit. Cutting-edge innovation and research have always been an indispensable part of the international standards of healthcare that Apollo family is known for. The importance of research is realized even more strongly in these times when we are facing a novel challenge. I wish all the best to all the researchers, and may we come up with a resolution for this novel pandemic in the very near future. It is indeed an honor to be a part of this wonderful journey that delivers innovation. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. I am Dr. Subir Ghosh. Please accept my greetings on occasion of the International Clinical Trial Day. I would like to congratulate all of you for your efforts in conducting the various clinical trials, the efforts that you all do to collect the patient samples, observe the protocols, maintaining the ethics, and to conduct the trials keeping the patient safety in mind as per the good clinical practices. Today, on occasion of the International Clinical Trial Day, let us again reaffirm our commitment towards the patient and safety, which is the first and foremost in any clinical trial, and also reaffirm our commitment towards conducting the clinical trials as per the required protocols to avoid any protocol deviations, and to conduct the clinical trials in full faith and confidence of the patients who are our research subjects and in whose interest we are conducting the clinical trials. Please accept my greetings once again. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Apurva Shah. I am a consultant gastroenterologist at Apollo Hospital, Ahmedabad. Being an active member in conducting various gastrointestinal clinical trials in past 6 to 7 years, please accept my greetings on this International Clinical Trial Day. I congratulate all the members of the committee for conducting successful clinical trials by making various steps like collecting the patient sample, ethical clearance, maintaining the data, and patient safety. On this day, please reaffirm our commitment towards the clinical trials. The most important step is patient safety. As we know, in this COVID COVID-19 situation. The development of the COVID-19 vaccine by the research is one of the most important step nowadays, and which may bring the hope of race to save many lives in the world. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Dr. Puneet Jain, Consultant in Charge Transfusion Medicine, Apollo Hospital, Navi Mumbai. I would like to congratulate all the team involved for this International Clinical Trial Day celebration, as well as I would like to appreciate and thank all of you for all the efforts which you put in day out to help our clinical trials take off and like successfully go ahead. So I am myself involved in one of the upcoming trial of convalescent plasma, and I have seen the efforts and the work which is gone into it. So I really would like to thank and appreciate all of you for all the efforts. Thank you.